Somebody who gives a shit. That's a good
Yeah,
costume.
that's not very convincing on you.
Can I do 7 minutes? Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
All right. So once
My wife asked me the same
There you
thing,
go.
but I'm like, I'm not committing to that.
All right, guys, we are broadcasting. I am admitting our audience. There we go. They're popping in here. Welcome, audience, to the Halloween edition of the Pop Up Comedy Show. Woo! It is good to have you guys here. Sasha, by the way, you still count as the #1 fan on all of these shows. You are the most consistent audience member, and we adore you for that. We've got a wonderful show with a fine collection of costumed characters. We got some more coming in a little bit. We are going to kick things off with an extremely funny man. You probably recognize him in front of the brick wall with the Santa hat on, all the way from the North Pole, Mr. Kris Kringle. Kris Kringle, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
goodness! Happy Halloween, everybody! Happy Halloween! Hey, I don't know. It's that time of year again. Pumpkin pie. I can't wait for that pumpkin pie. Anybody like pumpkin pie? Show a pair of hands on people who like pumpkin pie. All right. So I was doing this show a week or so ago in Brooklyn. Yeah, back to Brooklyn again. And Brooklyn. And doing this recording of this show, I was in Brooklyn in a guinea tee. I know I'm not really technically supposed to call it a guinea tee anymore, but it's a guinea tee to me. That's what I grew up with, right? And a pair of boxer shorts. And I'm walking around this lady's apartment, and I'm doing this shoot, and I of course took my mask off for parts of the shoot, because when you're in front of the camera, you don't want the mask off. So there's the one girl that was there. I'm flirting with the girl, and I go over and I'm talking to her in between scenes, and she gets mad at me. Why? Because I have my mask off. I mean, come on. I'm standing there in my boxer shorts. She didn't give a shit about that. You know, that just tells you when you're not in the dating line. You know what I mean? You know, the mask is more important than the boxer shorts. Yeah. I don't know. You know, it's tough when you look like this. I mean, this is my costume for the night, right? But this is how I look all the time, you know? And, you know, people don't understand how hard it is to get laid when you look like Santa Claus. It's just not an aphrodisiac. It's just not, you know? So I actually have tried like many things over the course of time. And I actually like put up a Tinder profile. I got a lot of swipe rights. But you know what ended up happening? They all asked for presents. They wanted me to bring something. They didn't want to date, you know? And then I had one lady ask me for a dick pic. I'm like, are you kidding me? I sent her a picture of the North Pole. Wasn't sending the real thing. I was afraid I might get arrested for kiddie porn. Yeah. At least the North Pole gives them a little anticipation to think about what's coming, you know? So then when Tinder didn't work out, somebody suggested I try Grindr. And I gave it some thought. Yeah. But do you understand how hard it is to clean a beard like this? Now I understand why most gay guys are really metrosexual and trimmed up, you know? Oh, man. I don't get it. You know, I got Vicky over there looking at me going, well, what about Mrs. Claus? You know? Well, you know what? Does she look like she puts out? Do you see how that woman dresses? Her idea of foreplay is a metal meat cleaver on tenderizing chicken, you know? Oh. And I honestly think that, you know, maybe she's got like a little piece on the side with one of the elves, I think is what's happening there. I really do. I think there's something going on with an elf, you know? You know, they may be little, but they sure ain't small. So I don't know. I think, you know, I'm getting a bad rap with the elves too, because everybody's been telling me that, you know, like I treat them like it's a sweatshop, slave labor, things like that. So I think I might close down the toy shop, give that all to Amazon and let Amazon handle the presents this year, and I think I'm going to turn that into a porn studio. That's what I think I'm going to do. Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm looking for some like naming suggestions on some films. I was thinking about like Mrs. Claus on the Pole, maybe the elf and the priest, maybe the Rudolph the Red-Tipped Reindeer. I don't know. We'll have to think about that for a little while.
Yeah.
Tough business being Santa Claus, It does pay well though. It pays like $150 to $200 an hour. I'm gonna do Santa Claus as much as I can, But this year, what am I gonna do? Wear a mask? I don't know. I don't know if $200 is worth the risk of COVID. Anyway. All right. So that's Santa Claus for today. That's where we're at. We're gonna keep this going. We have a great show for you tonight. Great lineup on Halloween. I hope none of you went out and did any mischief last night. James, were you a good boy last night? Huh, James? Do I have you on the good or the naughty list?
Right.
Yeah.
Can't prove anything in a court of law right now. So what the
Yeah,
hell?
can't prove it. There was no pictures taken. Yeah. All right. So let's bring up our first comedian, a very funny lady. Let's give it up for Vicky Plummer. Vicky!
Thank you so much, Santa Claus. I'm trying to be on the good list, so we'll see how I do.
I'm watching.
Okay. All right. So the very first thought I had when my parents told me that they were getting divorced was, great. Now we can't be on Family Feud. It's not like we were trying to be on Family Feud. I just always wanted to be on a game show, and there were 5 of us. So, and I couldn't really be on Family Feud because our family was in a Family Feud. And our feud was more of like a Cold War. Like everybody just stopped communicating, and they were gonna stockpile all the ammunition for future stuff in case we had a family reunion. And it's really hard growing up with a family that doesn't know how to communicate, because they didn't want to give away family secrets. Like, what family secrets do we have? So my grandmother just turned 112. She lives in Massachusetts. This is true. I didn't know she was still alive until 3 years ago. Yeah, so I guess that's a family secret I didn't know about. It's really crazy because the last time I saw her, I was a little kid. She used to tell us all kinds of things that sounded like cookie fortunes. And I remember one time she said, Vicky, telling lies is a bad thing. And just remember, once you tell a lie, it's like toothpaste. Once it's out there, you can't put it back in, and it makes a sticky mess. Okay, Grandma. And I was like, all right. And then I'm looking at her and I'm like, you don't even use toothpaste. You have dentures. So she's just crazy, but she really is still alive. She's in Massachusetts. You can look her up. Her name's Hazel Plummer. But the other crazy thing is, so I have an Uncle David. He's how I found out that my grandmother's still alive. Found him on Facebook. Argumentative, always has to have the last word. He says things like, Vicky, let me tell you why Hillary's emails are still important. Oh, God, totally annoying. So he said to me the other day, I think I'm going to come out of retirement and have another job. You know what he wants to be? A hostage negotiator. I was like, what? Can you imagine? A totally argumentative, has to have the last word guy as a hostage negotiator? Oh, yeah, dude, nah, you don't want a helicopter. Helicopters are loud. They kick up all the dirt. You can't hear yourself think. I was in Nam. Trust me. All right. So let me tell you, let's actually talk about Vietnam a little bit. Let's go about the history of Vietnam. So way back when, before Kennedy was in office, so this has a lot to do with Kennedy. Excuse me, Mister, hey, this is the hostage. I'm going to take this gun and kill myself if you don't start talking, okay? So come to think of it, he actually might be a good hostage negotiator. So yeah. So anyway, but my Uncle David and my father, they're brothers. And they are terrible at communicating to the point that they have not talked to each other in 25 years. But their houses are across the street from each other. And so they'll spy out the window on each other. And it's totally like, oh, so he got a ride on mower, did he? It's crazy. But, it's hard. My dad, I grew up, he's a minister. So it's really hard having a dad who's a minister. And I would get made fun of all the time. I would be like, hey, goody two shoes. Hey, Miss Perfect. And that was just the choir director. And it was just like, really hard. Like sometimes he would use us as examples in the sermon. And I always knew I was in trouble because he would be like, telling a lie is wrong. For example, if I ask you if you ate the last piece of cake, Victoria Lee Plummer, and then I'd be like shrinking down in the seat, like, oh my God, the whole congregation just saw that happen. It was so embarrassing. And so when he retired after 35 years as a minister, he came out. Not as gay. No, he wasn't gay. That would actually be really cool. And would explain the flashy shoes that he had. No, he came out as being an atheist. Yeah, I know. An atheist minister. My father, an atheist minister. I mean, can you believe it? Like,
Yeah.
like that's the #1 job requirement. That's kind of like Jenny Craig also owning Cinnabon. Together, right? And he was totally like, hallelujah, I don't have to pretend anymore. Meanwhile, I'm like staring at him like, okay, psychopath, like what? How long have you known this? Like totally crazy. But then I started to think about it and I was like, looking back, I think there were some signs. So we would be in church and he'd be giving a sermon. And if there was anybody in the church that was like really into it and they said things like, praise God or bless you, he'd roll his eyes at them. Not really a good thing, And then other times, like when he was giving a sermon, if he said God or if he said Jesus, he would do quote fingers. Also not a good thing. And he always started his sermons with once upon a time. Probably not the best way to start his sermons, The only time he was really passionate about using the Lord's name was when he lost stuff at home. So he'd be like, Jesus H. Christ, where are my keys? And, Mother Mary of God, who moved the damn remote control. So that was always fun. And then Sundays were really weird because he called that the day of the big show. And yeah, so we'd have to get all dressed up. We'd go to church, he'd do a sermon. There was always coffee and donuts with everybody afterwards. And then we'd go home. And he would have spent the day, at the church telling everybody, treat others the way you want to be treated. And then we'd watch wrestling. And there'd be Captain Lou Albano and Chief Jay Strongbow. And he'd be screaming things like, rip it off, kill him. It was just a lot of like mixed signals and, loving quality family time. A little bit of a mixed message. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm in therapy. It's going very well. I do still believe in God, whoever she is. But our family really is terrible at communicating. Hopefully we'll figure things out. We'll see. But anyway, praise God. Let me roll my eyes. Anyway, thank you guys. Happy Halloween. Have a good time. Be safe out there. Wear a mask. All right. Bye.
Hey, everybody, give it up for Vicky. Come on, Vicky. Hey. Oh, your dad was a minister, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Who apparently didn't believe any of it.
I
Can you
didn't
believe
believe
that?
any of it. I don't know.
Believe it.
All right. So do we have Dina? Jim, do we have Dina?
We do.
Oh, we do have Dina here. All right. So now I just gave away the next lovely comedian, the wonderful Dina Bake. Oh, man, I'm terrible today. Fireball. Dina Fireball.
Hello.
She's got a costume. I love it.
I had to make my grand entrance. I am the gift of Fireball. That's it? That's all I get?
Yay.
Listen, guys, I'm in an empty apartment, no furniture. This was pretty much the only costume I could come up with on a moment's notice, and I realized I just look like I'm someone at the hairdresser's. So we're gonna lose this. But I thought the concept was fun. So let me talk about the people who do or do not want my gifts these days. I'm gonna talk about my dating life. Yay! Spotlight on. Yes, empty apartment, but we have a little bit of stage lighting because we have to be dramatic. Also, this makes noise. So as some of you may know, I moved to Toronto a couple of weeks ago, I guess. And the day I moved in was kind of special. I arrived at the lobby of my new building with a laptop and a mattress, basically ready to start my own porn business. That's all you need. I did also have a small suitcase full of clothes, and I don't know if you've ever heard of capsule wardrobes or minimalism, but basically my style is maximalism, except that you're only allowed to take a certain amount of weight on the train with you. So I had a small suitcase, and in it I had 8 bras, matching thongs, set of Daisy Duke shorts, and a white button-down blouse, perfect to play naughty secretary, nasty boss, or job interview with a twist. Capsule wardrobe for a porn star. Thank you very much. And in the lobby, I meet the hottest real estate agent I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this has porn written all over it, right? And I'm like, I'm drooling over the forms I'm supposed to sign, except I had my mask on, so I couldn't tell. And then I said, would you like to come up and inspect my unit? And he said, I can't, I'm parked illegally. That's fine. And then he looked over and he noticed my box. Mattress in a box, people. Get your mind out of where I just took it. Mattress in a box. I had a queen size mattress in a box. I'm this high. The mattress was this high. He's like, let me help you with your box. So he comes upstairs, look around. Guys, you might not know me that well. You know me a little bit. If it wasn't COVID, the afternoon would have ended a whole lot differently. He would have gotten a parking ticket for parking illegally in my spot, and he would have enjoyed it. And as he's walking out, I said to him, like, I'm going to use this in my set. And he said, yeah, I know that you do stand-up comedy. I said, how do you know? He goes, I checked out your videos. I said, what for? He goes, the rental application. No, I know I'm good, but I'm an amateur. I'm sorry. I don't believe that when you need to check out a tenant for a rental application, you need to go way deep into their comedy videos. He called 2 weeks later. He says, I have something to put in your fridge. Okay, it's been a dry run. I'm a little bit cold, but I'm not frigid. No one's ever going to accuse me of being frigid, you guys. But now I have good material. I did have my first, so that was my hot real estate fantasy / reality. He texted me. I asked him if he had any furniture. I'm like, I still have the mattress and the laptop. I need to make some money. Come on up. So to speak. I did have my first actual live date in Toronto, online dating. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. The videos on, but I appreciate the. And I said to him, I said, listen, I don't know this city at all. I've been here like It's 3 weeks. I have no sense of direction. Pick something close. He goes, okay, there's a church a block away from you. I'm like, I'm a nice Jewish girl, but whatever. And he says, it's across the street from Tim Hortons. I said, if that is not the most Canadian way of giving directions. He shows up on his bike. Nice guy. Walks slowly, talks slowly. Everything in Toronto is slow. So I didn't move fast. Yeah. I kind of miss the days of men grabbing my ass and trying to make out in a bar and sending me dick pics. Memories of New York. Those are my men. That's my time. Happy Halloween, and I will leave you with this.
Oh, that was good. Give it up for Dina Fireball. Dina. Come on, everybody. Keep it going for Dina. Yay. There we go. There we go. All right. We're going to keep this moving right along. And now we're going to bring up the dude from the 70s. Let's give it up for Stuart Gibble. Stuart.
Hey, from Brooklyn, people. How you doing?
From Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn. Anyway, I'm going to go do a set today that should make some of you tree huggers happy. By that, I mean I'm going to recycle material. Because I've heard, I don't know if you know this, but there's an election this week, and I said I'm doing political material because I don't care. Anyway, I've hugged trees in my past. You know, I was drunk in Prospect Park after the bars closed, and yeah, I hugged a tree, but I didn't get any wood, so it's okay. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about Donald Trump getting COVID-19. Also, if I find out next week that the devil has herpes, I'm not going to talk about that either. I mean, it seems like our election cycle in this country lasts 4 years. I mean, if your election lasts 4 years, you should probably call someone. Speaking of unwanted erections, Jim Baker is back in the news. You remember him? He's a televangelist that was sent to jail for committing fraud, stealing church funds. Yeah, he's a born-again minister. He said recently that when Donald Trump was screwing Stormy Daniels, he was ministering to her. Oh. There's a religion I could get behind. Or, you know, on top of. I've never understood the phrase "come to Jesus," but it's becoming a little clearer right now. People who fly the Confederate flag have no right to say, America, love it or leave it. I also believe they have no right to say that blacks should get over slavery. If you're going to fly a flag that's for insurrection, just stay on that team, okay? Don't criticize me. People that I hate the most. Well, I hate Nazis, okay? Even more than Nazis, I hate the people on the subway that do those crazy jungle gym dances and just go crazy and get their feet right in my face. But the people I hate even more than those two, undecided voters. What cave have you been living in for 4 years? Have you been in a coma? At least the Nazis have an opinion. I know where they stand. I hate them. Yeah, I'm undecided. Oh, maybe if you give me candy, I'll vote for you. Screw you, undecided. Undecided voters are the worst. My daughter you've heard about my daughter. She's my biggest fan. I guess my only issue with her is that she blames me for all her daddy issues. And I don't. But anyway, she came to me, she said, Stu, Dad, First of all, when people call me dad, it doesn't mean I know what I'm doing, okay? It's just an honorific, okay? I'm dad, yes, I know, but it doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. But she said, you should do some more feminist jokes. And I tried. My feminist jokes only got 78% of laughs of my non-feminist jokes. So, I mean, I really want in my lifetime to see a woman president. I really want to see that. We've had 45 presidents in this country, and as far as I know, they've all had penises. And sometimes those dicks got them in trouble. And let's be honest, JFK was a good president, but if he was president today, he'd be sending dick pics out. Now, in his defense, he'd be sending them to Marilyn Monroe, but still, you don't need dick pics from the Oval Office. And Bill Clinton, come on, you got just stop it. We need a woman president, and we need one soon, someday in my lifetime. And I thought about this a lot, and I have a slogan and an acronym to motivate you, to be your mantra. The acronym is PMF. PMF. Please move faster. Make it happen. I'm not going to live forever. So anyway, that's basically it. Two things. One, my daughter, Sasha, who's here, wants me, she's going to graduate. She's in grad school. She wants me to get a haircut and shave for her graduation. And I decided to do that. But I'm going to wear this shirt, okay? I'm going to be the coolest dad at graduation. And two, I really love my slogan, PMF. So if I say it for any reason, it doesn't mean I want your set to go faster. It means I want there to be a woman president, okay? So at the end, we're going to have some trivia and prizes. Thank you very much. Happy Halloween. Wear a mask. Vote. I love you guys.
All right, give it up for James, everybody. I mean, Stuart.
James.
Stuart, sorry, wrong person. Wrong person. I was going ahead of myself.
Oh my
Give it up
God.
for Stuart. Give it up for Stuart.
Santa, have you been
Yes.
drinking?
You never know, you know. I mean, I have a coffee cup, but does not necessarily mean that there is coffee in the cup.
I'm not judging you, Santa, but I'm still not going to sit on your lap, okay?
Oh, okay. Not even a virtual sit?
Well,
Come on. All right.
Okay.
All right. So let's keep this going for the next very funny gentleman, James DeSalvo. James!
Hey, how are you? Looking at Stuart, it's like looking in a mirror. I know it's uncanny, huh? You know what though? Amazon is trying to set me up for murder. I ordered a shovel and a saw for some yard work. So the auto suggest came back with, people who ordered these items also purchased zip ties and garbage bags. Would you like to add to cart? What in the name of John Wayne Gacy does Amazon think I'm doing? People who've had trouble dismembering bodies also purchase wood chippers. Add to cart. I'm glad I didn't order clothes for my little niece and nephew. We noticed you're murdering toddlers. Add child luring candy to cart. Stick families on cars and minivans annoy me. It's always some happy-go-lucky family where every stick member is fucking overjoyed because their lives are so fucking peachy. No, I want to see honest stick families on there. Maybe on one side, you know, the fun-loving family, and just around the corner is dad's stick mistress. Or maybe a stick figure with mom's secret day drinking habit. Or mom and the stick figure pool boy. How about the one with the pregnant underage stick daughter? Or the boy in his stick bong? Or the really, really honest one where dad's business is failing, he's lost all his stick money, his stick mistress is pregnant, and he caught his stick wife with the stick pool boy. So he grabs an axe and dismembers his stick family. Just a pile of bloody sticks at his feet with a look on his face like, oops, guess I went too far. And I've been watching too much HGTV lately. People buying and renovating old homes. Surprisingly, not one of these houses has a ghost. No, it's Halloween. I want a house called Haunted House Hunters. I want that show right there. It would be great. You follow a couple around as they search for the haunted house of their dreams. You hear the voiceover now. Norwegian death metal fans Balthazar and Cersei are searching for their first house together. They want a home that meets their morbid sensibilities, but can also grow with their coven. Let's see what their agent has found. Okay, I think you two will love this place. It's an 18th century farmhouse built on Indian burial ground. It's haunted by the imprisoned souls of two witches. Now you'll notice on both sides of the house, it's surrounded by graveyards. Now on moonlit nights, you can hear the cries of tortured souls and eternal damnation. Oh, the plumbing is new. And good news, it is zoned for ritualistic sacrifice. Now there's plenty of room for the kids to play and summon demons. And here's the pièce de résistance. Your own portal to hell. I also watched, to get in, the whole Halloween spirit, a marathon of Nightmare on Elm Street films the other day. People in those films are idiots. Oh yeah, they're always trying to dream in someone who can save them from Freddy Krueger. They get moms, dads, second cousins. They're all ripped to shreds. You know what? I know who I'm dreaming in. Chuck Norris. Yeah, that's right. Walker, Texas Ranger. Freddy Krueger will show up, his knife, fingers dripping blood. Yeah, I'm gonna gut you like sushi. Well, I brought help. Oh, who'd you bring? Your mommy? Chuck Norris? Fuck. All right, you win. There are some third graders I've had my eyes on anyway. All right. And I saw another idiot the other day with one of those "Heaven doesn't want me and hell's afraid I'll take over" t-shirts at the store. Oh yeah, you're such a badass shopping at Trader Joe's. Do you really think they believe that? Ooh, the devil's trembling when this guy shows up? Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, well. Knock, knock. Oh, man, what is it, Balthazar? I'm backed up on paperwork here. We're behind on torturing souls, and they only had hazelnut decaf in the cafeteria this morning. This better be good. Well, sorry, boss, Mr. Satan, sir. I just really think you want to see this guy. He's got one of those shirts. I thought maybe giving him the works would, cheer you up. Oh, okay, thank you. Bring him in. Right this way. He's right in here. Whoa, nice to meet you. Whoa, where'd you get that shirt? It's really something. Oh, you seem like such a badass. The leather vest is a nice touch. I love the Def Leppard patch right in the front. Is that standard issue Trader Joe's shopping gear? Oh, boss, look at this. Oh, a wallet on a chain. Now that is intimidating. I'm really afraid you're going to take over. Could you take off your trapper's cap, please? A mullet. Oh, whoa, no. That is the human version of horns. Okay, no, you've convinced me. You're taking over. I don't want any trouble here. No, just take a seat behind the desk. I'll be out of your hair in a moment. Sorry. Okay, just get you situated here. Over there is a schedule of events. You'll need to finish this stack of paperwork by 3. At 3:30, you need to collect all the unbaptized baby souls. And at 5, you need to give Hitler his daily raping. Or as he calls it, Mein Kampf. But he doesn't really put up much of a struggle. Well, welcome to hell and have fun. Oh, and by the way, the cafeteria only has hazelnut decaf. Well, According to Amazon, I have to go bury a body. So thank you very much. Happy Halloween. Let's give it back to Santa John G.
Hey, everybody, keep it going for James. Yay, James. All right. We're going to keep this rolling right along. We're going to move a little further south, and we're going to bring up a very funny young lady from Georgia, Isabel Pierre. Isabel.
Isabel.
Hi guys, how's it going? Everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
So I'm a little sad this Halloween because it's not I'm not in New York, and with the pandemic and everything, I can't see all the crazies on the train. I sort of miss the excitement of it. Even as I always had like the cheapest and the most awful Halloween costumes. I went as a ghost for about for like my entire childhood. I was basically a ghost. I was like a white sheet, holes in the eyes. I got a little creative as we went along. One year I went as black male, dressed all in black, and I put mailing labels all over me. I was thinking about this year of like printing out a photo of an actual black male, but I didn't want to be target practice for the police. So, for all you Battlestar Galactica geeks, there was one office party where I just I labeled myself as like Cylon number 16 or something. You know, thank you, James. I appreciate all the Battlestar Galactica geeks. Cylons are basically robots who look like people, and they just have numbers. So I was like, all right, well, this is cheap. I'm also not seeing as many friends post photos of their adorable babies in adorable Halloween costumes, and I'm like, you guys, this is the one time of year I look forward to your demon spawn dressed up as like little demons. Like you can't hold back on me, you know? But they're all holding back. Everyone's sad. There are no trick-or-treaters this year. Like, damn, what a holiday. So my grandmother is sick. And she's a woman of God. She's a strong Catholic woman. But when we were younger, she used to practice some voodoo. So as she is basically on her deathbed and like really vulnerable, I'm asking her where her spell book is, because I'm like, well, you can't leave Earth with all that magic with you. Like you gotta share it, Grandma. What's up? She's like, no, go to church. I'm like, well, I don't want to go to church. So all right, I was like, so how can I get around this? Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm going to ask my grandmother about Psalms. Like, what Psalm do you use if you want to attract money to you? What Psalm do you use if you want to get a job? Still nothing. And I was like, all right, we got to go petty. I was like, she might be a woman of God, but she's still fucking petty as shit. So I was like, Grandma, what Psalm should I use to get back at my mother for my childhood? She took a breath and she was like, Psalm 91. I was like, see, I knew it. I knew you practice voodoo. I knew it. My grandmother wasn't like the cookies and milk kind of grandma. She used to babysit me and my cousin and put a little bit of rum in the milk. just so we'd fall asleep. I didn't think she'd banked on the 15 plus years of alcoholism, but it's fine. It's fine. She really gave me my high tolerance for rum and cokes. That's it for me tonight, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for Halloween and making it fun.
Isabel.
All right. Keep it going for Isabel. All right. I don't think Lorraine has made it, correct?
No. She did not make it.
She did not make it. So that means that on Halloween, the person who has a special on Amazon Prime that says he's not dead yet is here again once more, trying to prove that he's still alive.
Not dead yet.
He's not dead yet. Let's give it up for Jim Mandrino.
This is it. This is all the costume I got, guys. This is as far as I'm willing to go. A costume. And here's the sad part about this. I don't know how paranoid you guys are about COVID. This thing has been washed down with rubbing alcohol more than you can possibly imagine. Like every little single area for it, because I want to. I've actually been going out into the world, like going into the world, which I didn't do for a while. There was a while where I was getting all the food delivered. I wasn't going to stores. If they didn't have it on Amazon Prime, fuck it, I don't need it. I was living that kind of an existence. And then I started. And every time you say the word Amazon, the Alexa has to start talking to you. It's like magic. But I started reintegrating into society. It started with grocery stores. And here's why I reintegrated. Because the first time I went out in the summer, the grocery store that we have in our town, because I live in a little town in New Jersey. So the grocery store I have here is next to a row of houses. And there was a family having a barbecue in one of the houses and was going into the grocery store. And I felt really nostalgic. I'm there like, oh, that's great. As I'm walking by, I'm like, dudes, keep going. I'm so glad you got your family with you. And the guy's there like, dude, come here. And he starts handing me food over the fence. And this is when I realized that I have a problem, because I'm now being handed barbecue over a fence. And I didn't even bother with COVID protocols at that moment. It's like, okay, I'm taking the mask off. We're sitting here up there like, you got a beer or something? I need a beverage to watch this death. So I literally had a backyard barbecue party over the fence. And then I started going into the stores, which was great. And here's what I really love. I don't know about you guys, but I love crazy. Like when I see people that are crazy, that is the most entertaining thing in the world to me. The crazier you are, the more I'm entertained. Even in my dating history, I used to love dating crazy women. You know why? Crazy women just fuck better. They do. I'm sorry. There's no way around it. If you have a woman with both, daddy issues and low self-esteem, she will actually fuck you like she has something to prove. That's kind of, the way life is. So I like crazy. And in my town, there's a whole lot of crazy. There's a whole lot of anti-maskers. Like I'm talking like, here's the whole thing. I have a feeling that if I opened up a tinfoil hat concession stand, I could make a shit ton of money. Government's listening to you. Here's your hat. This is only $85. I'm pretty sure I would make some fucking bank at that moment. That's the level of crazy in this town. And I love that level of crazy. And what's even more entertaining than crazy is old. Because old people don't give a fuck. And old people have no patience for crazy. So for me, since I can't go to the movies, there is no theater, there's no comedy clubs, I couldn't go to a ball game, I want to be entertained. I want to stop and shop during senior shopping hours, because that was the most fucking entertaining show in town. First of all, there's the nutbag with the bullhorn screaming at everyone walking in with masks, going, "You're perpetuating a hoax. Take off your mask." There's the little old ladies walking by. I saw a 90-year-old woman give a guy a finger. When do you get to see that? You don't usually
Not often enough.
Somebody that close to death usually doesn't have that as her goodbye gesture to come her way to heaven. No, she's usually like, I need to be nice about it. No, she literally gave him the finger. I watched a guy in full military camo try and step in front of a little old lady. Do you know, like, the really little old ladies? Like, I'm talking the ones that clearly shrunk. Like, you used to be 5'5", but now you're 4'11". Like that level of shrinkage. She's walking by and she's already wearing a black dress. And I'm not talking like a little sexy black dress for a cocktail party. No, she gets up in the morning and she puts on a dress like, if I drop dead, they can bury me in this. She put on that dress and she's shopping. I watched that lady walking into the store and she's walking what? A mile an hour? 2 miles an hour? There's not a lot of speed there. And this guy's with the bullhorn and he's starting to approach her and he's yelling at her to take off the mask. And I watched this woman pick up speed, you know, it just brought me back to Animal House, like ramming speed achieved. It was that moment. And then bam, right in his shins. And he went the fuck down. He went to, and here's the best part. She's old. She doesn't give a fuck. He hit the ground. Obviously, having just been assaulted by the shopping cart, she went in and continued shopping like she didn't know. She comes out, and I'm following because this is now my entertainment. I got all day. I got nothing else to do. I'll go shopping when this plays out. So I'm just entertained. He calls the cops. He points to the little old lady as she's coming out, and he says, she hit me. And she's looking like, I have no idea what he's talking. I didn't hit him. It must have been some other old lady that hit him. And he's there like, look at her shopping cart. There is blood on her shopping cart. She's there like, no, I was just in the meat aisle. This is not the blood you're looking for. Like, she was steady looking him dead in the eyes. Like, nope, wasn't me. Up there like, this little old lady is fucking channeling Shaggy. How awesome is that? Yeah. So here's the whole thing. Then the cops turned to those of us that were in the parking lot and said, is this the lady that hit him? And there were about 11 of us. And all 11 of us went, nope. I have no idea who hit him. He was just standing there screaming in the bullhorn, and then he collapsed on the ground. I think he's just starting shit. And he's there like, you're all going to play me like that? Where they're like, yep. So there's nothing better than watching a conspiracy theorist pitch a hissy fit because nobody fucking believes him, which is the most awesome thing in the world. You know, the cops there like, and here's the best upshot of it. Afterwards, our town has a fine system if you don't wear a mask. So after all this yelling and screaming that he was assaulted and having to leave in an ambulance because he needed stitches in his cab, he also got hit with a $250 fine because it was the second violation without wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And then he drives off, and the police officers that issued him the ticket look at the old lady, and you can't make this up, just look at her and go, nice work, ma'am, and walk away. At that moment, I'm there like, I'm all for a little police corruption in some cases. That is the acceptable amount of police corruption. I do, and the crazy is just great in the town. I live in the town, and I am pocketed between two communities that don't socially distance. One is the Hasidic community, which lives in my town, and the other community is across the river in Patterson, New Jersey. There is a very large immigrant community which doesn't socially distance for two very different reasons. One believes God doesn't want them to socially distance, and the other one's there like there's 45 of us living in a studio apartment. We fucking can't. You know, it's two totally different reasons why they don't. But the COVID rates on both of them are great, and like my little section of town, no COVID. So it's literally like if you stay between 3-4 blocks, you're perfectly fine. And it reminded me of growing up in the city, because if you grew up in New York City and you're of a certain age, you remembered that there were those neighborhoods like, you're fine if you walk over here and over here, but you cross Lexington Avenue, there's going to be a problem. And that's what this really is, except instead of gangs, it's a debilitating disease. So we're gearing up to a big election on Tuesday. And everyone has a horse in the race, and I understand if you have a horse in the race. If you're pro Biden, hell, so am I. I agree with you. If you're pro Trump, I don't understand why you're pro Trump, but at least you picked a side. The people that annoy the fuck out of me are the undecided voters. How the fuck are you undecided? Here's what needs to happen. This is Star Wars, okay? You either need to hear the Emperor speak and embrace the dark side, or you need to join the rebellion. You can't sit on the sideline. Your planet's going to get blown up if you try and stay neutral. You need to pick a fucking side. I have a friend who goes to me, oh, you know, I know Trump's putting kids in cages, and I know he lies all the time. And you know, I'm pretty sure that he's had a few illicit affairs. And no, I don't believe he actually had COVID. And I do think his mismanagement of COVID killed a lot of people, but I paid less in taxes last year. So I'm going to vote for Trump. You literally listed 10 of the most evil things that I could think of. And then one, but I saved $140. So I'm going to do this. Dude, switch to Geico, save money on your insurance, and then vote with a conscience. All right? There's other ways to save that money. So I don't understand the undecided voter. And somebody said to me, Jim, can you explain things to the undecided voter? And I here's my opinion. An undecided voter is actually just a Trump supporter who doesn't want to hear my bullshit. That's what it is. Because if you tell me you're supporting Trump, I literally will start to lecture you about how evil of a human being I think you are. If you tell me you're undecided, I just go, dude, fucking make a decision. And I walk away. So it's the greatest thing in the world. It's like when your mom said, do you have homework? If you said, yeah, she would hound you till it's done. But if your mom said, do you have homework? And you went, no, you know, it's like the perfect lie. It's the perfect lie to get away with it and not hear the bullshit. Tuesday, the big election that's coming up. I do believe I know who's going to win, you know, but let us not forget 4 years ago, I believed I knew who was going to win. And I was kind of fucking wrong then. So I am now prepping for the possibility that the worst case scenario will happen.
No!
No.
I'm prepping for it. Here's what I'm prepping to do. I have a gentleman in my neighborhood that has a lot of pro-Trump lawn ornaments and flags on his property. Nightly, I go for a 2 a.m. walk and defecate on his lawn because I'm figuring if he's going to be a piece of human shit, he should have to clean up some human shit. I also have decided that if you are pro-Trump and you trick or treat at my house this year, and I very much kept this, I don't take it out on the kids. The kids get candy, but I now throw the candy at the parents if I know they're Trump people. Like, you know, let's see how fast you can run, fucker. Because, you know, I figure if we create an environment of hostility, they might take our needs a little more seriously as we go forward. But my biggest thing is I realized that come Tuesday, no matter who wins, there's either going to be a civil war or a revolution. One of those two things is going to happen on Wednesday. Tuesday, there's going to be an election, and the election results will get contested by whoever loses, and there will either be a civil war or a revolution. What's the difference between the two? Who fucking wins? That's the difference between the two. All right? If Trump wins, it was a civil war. If the other one wins, it's a revolution. So, you know, understand that and pack a survival guide. My survival bag right now has drugs, because I think you need to be high for this week.
Yes.
Toilet paper, because apparently in America, when shit happens, we need to wipe our ass more frequently. I don't know why. I think we're just scared shitless. We're going to the bathroom more. So toilet paper is also packed in there. I've also decided canned meat products, things like Spam. Not because I'm actually going to eat it. My dad was a chef. I'm never going to fucking eat Spam. But it is just the perfect size to beam somebody with at about 200 feet. So when that Trump supporter comes walking to you, by the time you can read his little red hat, boom, you can cuss the motherfucker and walk away. And I think that is the perfect bag for post-revolution. I'm going to turn you back over to John, and John and Stuart are going to talk you through a little bit of a ticket giveaway and trivia. So have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Hey, everybody, give it up for Jim. He's still alive.
Jim.
All right. So, Stuart, you've got some trivia for us.
I have some trivia questions.
Okay.
We're giving away some passes to the New York Underground Comedy Festival, which is
great festival.
next month, early December. We're still in October, right?
Yeah, we're still in October. We got about another 2 hours to go.
Okay, very fun. Okay, so I need some of our audience members to turn on your cameras and microphones. Okay, so you can answer a question. I have Halloween questions and I have American history questions because we have an election coming up. So, ooh, we got one. Yeah, you might want to put on some clothes, Ethan, but that's okay. Okay, I'm just going to go in order. Thomas.
Yes.
Okay, do you want Halloween or citizenship?
I'll go with Halloween.
Okay. Good choice. Okay. What famous magician died on Halloween?
Oh, Houdini.
Yes! You got it. Okay, I'm going to ask for your email or type it in the chat and I'll take care of you. Okay?
Thank you.
Now we have, Pix John. Oh, Echo. Echo can answer the question. Echo's the dog. Okay, you have to turn on your mic. Okay? Okay. Do you want Halloween or citizenship?
Halloween.
Okay. Okay. This is a tough one. What was the Munsters address? TV show Munsters.
I have no clue.
That is the easiest thing in the world.
Okay, Jim, you want to help him?
Yeah, it's 1616 Mockingbird Lane. Give him the tickets.
No, it's 1313.
1313.
Ah, see, you are too.
Okay. Okay. Here, I knew Jim would know all these. I'm going to ask a hard one to Jim. How many pounds of candy corn is made in the United States every year?
Oh, God.
I got that answer. Too many.
Okay, that is correct. You win a ticket to your own comedy festival.
Yeah.
Okay, Sasha.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a tough one.
Sasha for president.
I like the costume.
Okay, Sasha. Now I took my questions off the citizenship quiz, which is if you are not born in this country and you want to become a citizen, you have to answer these questions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The First Amendment gives you 5 freedoms or rights. What are they? The First Amendment. It's a tough one, college student.
Okay. Well, it's a.
Okay, bring your assistant on, okay?
Okay, we're gonna say speech.
Yes.
The right to assemble.
Yes. And smoking weed is not one of them, okay? I'm just telling you.
Freedom of the press.
Yes.
Is religion in there?
Yes. One more.
And
this is the one people always miss. It's a tough one. Petition the government. Petition the government. Okay, it's speech, religion, assembly, press. Petition the government. Congratulations, you won. Hey, what? Oh, I have more questions for you, but I'll do them later. Anyone else want to compete? Who's iPhone? I don't know who you are. Would you like to?
iPhone.
What? This is iPhone. If they want to win, they have to participate.
There we go.
Okay, I'll ask one more question, and then we'll let you go. Okay. Halloween question. Who sang the original Monster Mash?
Oh my God.
Google that.
No, you can't Google it. This isn't high school.
It should be Zachary, I thought.
It's not the Village People, is it? I'm just kidding.
That answer's funny enough. You need to give that person tickets.
Well, that's up to
It was
you.
me, but I'm in the festival, so I don't need tickets.
There you go.
You could put your yourself on one computer, and then you could perform on another computer, and it would be awesome. Okay, here's one more, Jim. What's the color order of a piece of candy corn from the base to the point?
From the base to the point,
Yes.
orange, yellow, white.
Oh, the winner!
You're asking the big guy questions about food. I feel typecast.
Well, I'm sorry about the stereotype. Okay.
There you go.
I apologize.
That's okay. Stuart, make sure you get everybody's info. And
I have the one address of Tom that I need. The other two I have.
All right, and we will get them their tickets. And John, you want to wrap this bad boy up?
All right, we want to thank everybody for coming. Let's give one more hand for all the comedians on the show. Yay! And make sure you can see another pop-up show next Thursday night at what, 7 o'clock, Jim?
Yes, it is.
Thursday at 7. And make sure you guys go check out the New York Underground Comedy Festival. A lineup will be coming out soon. You will have a lot of fun there. Comedy Therapy is one of the sponsors of the festival. So, all right. Thanks very much, everybody, and good night.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Happy Halloween. Turn your clocks back an hour.
Turn your clocks back.
Unless you're a Republican, and then turn it back like 50 years.
Exactly.
Everyone vote Tuesday.